Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button, put some Coach K full court pressure on that notification bell so you could be notified each and every time I upload a video or go live as I'm doing right now on my YouTube channel. And once again, this is your boy E Thriller. Welcome back. Now, first things first, y'all. First of all, it's what's today? Tuesday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of got my shit mixed up, and I just had to come online today, or this morning rather, and pop my shit the way that I love to pop my shit about boxing and the world of sports. And today's topic at hand, we are going to listen to what motherfucking Shawn Porter had to say in regards to Terence Crawford because it was just so disrespectful. I mean, so disrespectful. So we are going to address Shawn Porter, Mr. $2 million with upside is an insult to even begin negotiations with. Mr. I'll be ready on May 29th. Yeah, we're going to talk about that guy. So without further ado, let's listen to what Shawn Showtime Porter had to say. And let me get my shit right, man, because y'all know I really don't do lives a lot, but we going to get it right, man. I'm going to start going live a lot more. Y'all drop a comment below. If you're in the chat, shout out to y'all. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's roll this shit.
With all this work, everybody saw on Twitter last night that you said to Terence Crawford is your top rank. I'm ready for May. Is that what's going on?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Getting ready for May.
Before, which is why I felt that the tweet needed to be put out. Before seeing the tweet about him possibly fighting Josecito Lopez.
Right, because that's what's going around.
I've been in the gym a couple of weeks now, and getting my mind right, my body right, and things like that. And just on the way home from the gym, and I saw the tweet, and I'm just not very loud. I'm not a loud guy, but I speak my mind and I say what I feel. Everything in those short little tweets that I sent was on my mind and what I feel. I saw it. I was like, oh, end of May. I'll be ready at the end of May. I should tweet that. You know what I mean? And that's how it happened. It's not. I think he feels that I'm attacking him or anything. I'm not attacking. I'm just letting you know I'm here. And hashtag the best fighting the best.
And you said to give people what they need.
Give people what they need.
What you mean, Shawn? Exactly.
People want to be entertained. People want to be in the midst of greatness. If you're not there in the arena, you want to see the greatness on TV. That's why we have pay-per-view, because those are moments where people feel like this is something great and I can't pass it up. Let me hit that buy. Me fighting Terence Crawford is that buy that I feel everybody needs. I think that there's no secret what's going to happen when I get it. And I think that if anything, if anything you're wondering, hey, should I buy this fight or not? Well, you know what Shawn Porter's going to do. Shawn Porter has never not delivered. And I say that as humbly as possible, but that's me. I deliver. And so when these people out here, you want a great fight, Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter's a great fight. I'm not attacking Terence Crawford. I'm not, trying to get under his skin or anything like that at all. I'm simply stating what's great, what you guys need. And that's Showtime Shawn Porter versus Terence Bud Crawford.
Do you approach that fight? Do you approach that fight with the mentality of either I'm gonna knock him out or I'm gonna get knocked out? That kind of.
I don't approach any fight like that. I think if anything, every fighter approaches the fight like, hey, I'm gonna knock this guy out, whatever. I definitely have. I haven't really seen the entire fight, but I've seen just small versions of the fight half a dozen times, maybe even more than that. I meditate so much, so I don't even know, but I've seen it all, or not seen it all, but I've seen it a lot, and I know that he is the kind of guy that I can knock out. But this is boxing; anything can happen.
Because to expand on that, we've talked about it before, where even though you're two-time world champion, you've got to the top, but to get to the tippy top, what's to what didn't quite happen with Spencer Thurman. Do you take more chances to get over that hump, or that's what I meant by either you knock him out or get knocked out? What do you do to get over that hump?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna play off of your words, but life is a game of chances, or as I call them, opportunities. Take every opportunity that comes in front of you. I've delayed telling my dad who I want to fight because in my heart I know who I want to fight, and I know that if I can't have that fight, Manny Pacquiao, Spence Jr., I really don't want to get in the ring. I even said that on the Forward podcast. But logically speaking, there's no way I can allow me waiting to stall me from feeding my family and taking care of my kids and living the kind of life that I like to live. So I have to do something. And Dad is like, hey, man, we got to do something. I don't think that fight's going to happen. I don't think that fight's going to happen. What else do you want? It's been 2 weeks now, and he talked to me last night. He said, hey, man, I asked you for some names. I just put my head down because I know what I want, But I also know at the end of the day, if certain price can be made, I'm going to have to move forward. So right there, y'all saw it. I spoke my mind on Twitter. Whatever happens is going to happen, and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to continue to pray and just stay faithful.
How would you get over the humps on the tippy top in that fight, though, Shawn?
You know what? Like hypothetically, if that fight doesn't happen, I think that it's just a matter of me showing my greatness every time I go out. And, I can say that I've improved every time that I got in the ring. I show different things every time I've gone out and gotten in the ring and things like that. I have to do more of that and more. And I honestly mean that. Somehow, some way, through 35 or 6 fights, however many it is that I've had, it's like we stepped up every single training camp, and now the fights happen.
Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Showtime Shawn Porter. And let me just remove that off the screen. Talking about Terence Crawford, he's basically calling him out yet again. He sounds like he's pretty much hell-bent on trying to make this fight happen. But my question to y'all is this. If that's the case, hold on, let me remove this shit off the screen. Give me 1 second, y'all. Pause that. Okay. So, yeah, if he is so hell-bent on making this fight happen with Terence Bud Crawford, the WBO welterweight champion of the world, right? Because he did say, quote, that this is his legacy fight. Excuse me. So if this is your big legacy fight, then why the fuck are you so worried about money? Because you don't have to wait around for Terence Crawford to try to get a fight with Manny Pacquiao, and it's being rumored that he's trying to fight Josito Lopez. And to me, honestly, that shit is not going to fly on my channel at all, because who wants to see Terence Crawford send Josito Lopez to fucking sleep experts? I don't. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. And I'm a Terence Crawford fan, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. That fight can absolutely not happen. Okay. But sticking to the point, if you can't come to terms as far as negotiations with Bob Arum and Top Rank and Todd DeBuff and niggas like that, right? Then why don't you go to purse bid? Because we just seen what Teofimo Lopez did with George Kambosos. He bet it on himself. He took it to the purse bid. Triller came through and scooped up the fight for $6 million, and he's making a hell of a lot more than he would have made had Top Rank funded the bill. So if you can't come to grips or come to some kind of terms with Top Rank, then why not take it to the purse bid? You understand what I'm saying? And why not have your guy, your promoter and advisor in Al Heyman front the bill if you are worth what you say you are worth? Because let's be honest, outside of the Earl Spence versus Terence Crawford fight, this fight is in popular demand. And I'm one of the people that, before I did not want to see the fight because I feel like it added nothing to Terence Crawford's legacy, because Shawn Porter has lost every single big fight he's ever had. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't have a belt. So it just, from a business perspective and from a career perspective, it didn't make sense to me at the time. But now that I'm hearing rumblings of Terence Crawford possibly facing a Josito Lopez, for Christ's sakes, that does absolutely nothing for his career besides protect that O. That's all it does. You understand what I'm saying? And the boxing fans, the general public, the Terence Crawford naysayers are going to have a field day with Bud and Top Rank if they make that fight instead of making this Shawn Porter fight. And I cannot let that happen, man. I cannot. That shit ain't gonna fly. But let's address what Shawn Porter said, because he said he was sending Terence Crawford to sleep experts, right? Now, the last time I checked, let me pull this up just so y'all can see. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, let me pull this back up. All right, so let me go back here. Let me stop this sharing the screen. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get used to this live shit. And then, all right, so we go on to BoxRec, right? So as y'all can see, Shawn Porter has 35 fights, 31 wins, 31 losses, 1 draw, 17 KOs. Shawn Porter's last KO, y'all, if I'm not mistaken, was against Andre Berto on April 22nd, 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, who in the fuck is Shawn Porter going to knock out? You understand what I'm saying? Because Shawn Porter can be confused for a lot of things. He's a hard worker. He shows up. He's in shape. He's ready to go. He's always the consummate professional. But when it comes time to knocking somebody out, Shawn Porter is not going to do that. And he damn sure ain't knocking Terence Bud Crawford out. I don't see that happening at all. I just don't see it happening at all, man. And as far as I'm concerned, whenever it comes to Terence Crawford, these dudes just needs to join a sorority because it's just all cap. They cappers. You understand what I'm saying? AKAs, they just cap. They always want their biggest salary. You understand what I'm saying? They want their biggest paydays or beyond just to fight a dude that can't sell pay-per-views. I mean, that's what y'all always tell me, right? It doesn't make sense to me. And again, if you are Shawn Showtime Porter, if you don't get this fight with Terence Bud Crawford, then where do you go from here? You understand what I'm saying? Because we've already heard rumblings of Terence Crawford possibly facing Manny Pacquiao, which I do not believe that fight is going to happen because Manny Pacquiao is ducking smoke. Yeah, I said it. Shit ain't going to happen, bud. So I don't know why you would keep letting Bob Arum sell you a dream. And how long are we going to continue to run with this narrative of people ducking you when you have a guy in Shawn Showtime Porter who is calling you out every fucking chance he gets? How are we going to continue to dismiss this? And I understand Shawn Porter is not worth more than $2 million with some upside. I get it. But my Lord, he is a hell of a lot better than a Josito Lopez. You understand what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Sleeping Hill. Shout out to Crazy Bro. I see you in the chat. Yeah, man, Josito Lopez, that's not going to fly with me. I don't give a damn what nobody say about that, man, because Terence Crawford is far too talented. You understand what I'm saying? To be in a ring with Lopez. I mean, we're not trying to see this shit, man. I am so sick of these lopsided ass matchups. Everybody but trying to take these 0 records. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody is so scared to lose. Why? I mean, y'all should have seen the look on my face when I woke up to that bullshit this morning. I was like, this has to be not true. It can't be true. But sticking to the topic at hand, when you have a guy like Shawn Porter who is willing to face you, who is willing to cross the quote unquote other side of the street, even though he doesn't have a belt, even though he's lost all of his big fights, Shawn Porter's name holds weight, way more weight than a Josito Lopez. And at the end of the day, correct me if I'm wrong or not, y'all, but I could have sworn that Shawn Showtime Porter and Terence Bud Crawford were friends. I mean, that's at least what they were saying a year ago. So if you're Bud, then why not call Bob Arum and Todd DeBuff or whoever you've been dealing with at Top Rank Promotions right now and say, look, man, I know this guy isn't worth, what he's made in the past, but hey, this is my guy. This would be a fucking credible name on my resume. I want to get this dude in the ring. Plus, he's disrespecting me, saying he can knock me out. He calling me out. He acting as if I don't want to smoke with him. I don't give a damn what you got to do, but get this motherfucker in the ring with me right now. Because correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. And shout out to everybody in the chat once again. But the last time I checked in the sport of boxing, the promoters work for the fighters, not the fighters working for the promoters. And with a guy like Terence Bud Crawford, who can demand whatever the fuck he wants to because he is the biggest name on Top Rank's stable, even though Bob Arum continues to disagree with him, continues to shit on him throughout the public, and I don't know why. You understand what I'm saying? But Terence Crawford has to demand to fight Shawn Showtime Porter if he doesn't get that Manny Pacquiao fight, because Bob Arum is already on record of saying if they don't get Manny, then they are going to fight Shawn Porter. So how in the fuck is Josito Lopez name being brought up into the equation? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I damn sure don't condone it. I don't condone this. Let me sip of some water, man. This shit pissing me the fuck off. You got a guy, Showtime Porter, calling you out, and you telling him to stand by. Stand by for what? for Josito Lopez? Really? Come on, man. Nobody trying to watch this shit. And speaking of which, it's being reported that, I'm just bouncing all around today. It's being reported that Ugas is wanting a 50-50 split to face Earl Spence. Now, does he deserve a 50-50 split? Absolutely not. But isn't it funny when the rabbit has the gun? You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Because Earl Spence is the same guy that throw out, I'm a 80-20 a nigga. I'm a 70-30 a nigga. Fuck it, 60-40. You understand what I'm saying? He's the guy that said that. And he thought he was just going to weasel his way in to get that WBA strap so he can have more leverage at the negotiation table if and when that fight happens with Terence Bud Crawford. But now, Ugas has said, oh, no. If you want this strap, you got to give me 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? 50-50. And yeah, I know it's ridiculous, but isn't it funny? How ironic is that? So one got to ask, if he doesn't get that fight with Ugas to get that WBA strap, then who in the hell is Earl Spence going to fight next? I mean, y'all drop a comment below and let me know. I mean, one would have to ask that. If he doesn't get the fight with Ugas, we already know that him and Bud are not going to fight next unless a fucking miracle happens. Then who is Earl Spence going to fight? Because Manny Pacquiao doesn't sound interested in fighting Bud or Earl Spence. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Gerald in the chat. He said Bud should fight Porter. Absolutely. He should definitely fight Shawn Porter over a Josito Lopez. I ain't trying to watch that shit, and I'm a huge Bud fan, but I'm an honest man. I am a truth teller. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to watch that fight. Now, I'm going to watch it, but am I excited for it? Absolutely not. Because the Terence Crawford naysayers, the people that is on my page, the people that I speak with every day that hate on Bud are going to have a field day with me. And how can I defend it? I can't defend that. How can I say Earl Spence is ducking Terence Bud Crawford, right? But then in the same breath, you have a guy in Shawn Porter who is basically chasing you around. He's basically calling you out. He's doing everything you're supposed to be doing to Earl Spence. He is applying pressure to the general public and to your camp to say, look, man, I want this fight. Yeah, I want this fight. I want to fight you. I feel like I can knock you out. He's saying all the right things, even though I think it's bullshit. But he's doing exactly what I feel like Bud should be doing to Earl Spence. You have to be condescending. You have to demean him. You have to disrespect his manhood. You understand what I'm saying, crazy? You understand what I'm saying? You have to do all that. So I'm all for Shawn Porter taking this route as far as trying to make this fight happen, especially if they are trying to sell us on a Crawford versus Lopez fight, because ain't nobody interested in it. Bud might as well move back down to 140 or either, hey, go up to 154 and challenge yourself, because it's rumors floating out there that he wouldn't mind getting a fucking title shot at Jermell Charlo. And I would love that fight. Dare to be great. Dare to be great. But fighting Lopez, that ain't it. And as far as Earl Spence Jr., if he doesn't secure that bag in that fight, in that WBA belt with Ugas, then what's next for him? Does he move up in weight to fight somebody at 154? Or does he stays at 147 to fight a fucking warehouse worker? I don't know. And Gerald Fields just said in the chat, hold on, let me see let me show this stuff, man, because I'm just now getting used to why he just don't push his mandatory. Absolutely. Hey, man, I'm with you. I can't defend it. I don't agree with it at all if he's trying to go another route, especially after going back on his word. Because if he go back on his word, y'all think I'm hard on Earl Spence when it comes to these part ones through what 8 I done made already. Let Terence Crawford fight Lopez instead of Shawn Porter and see what kind of videos come out on this page about him. You understand what I'm saying? Because nobody is safe. I am not a fucking fanboy. I am a fan, but I am a bigger fan of the sport of boxing, and I am on a fucking rampage to make sure the best go up against the best, Gerald. And it's just that simple. You understand what I'm saying? So he better definitely push to fight Shawn Porter over a Josito Lopez. Come on. Hell, an argument can be made that most boxing fans that I talk to, they want to see him fight Shawn Porter more than Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there. Now, I can't believe it, but that's what I get from a lot of the feedback and from a lot of the people I talk to on IG, personally, on Facebook and shit, and Twitter and beyond. A lot of people want this Shawn Porter fight, man. Everybody wants to see how Bud will adapt to the pressure fighting of a Shawn Porter. Now, I think the fight would go, or it would be similar to what he did to Felix Diaz when he was at 140, who tried to pressure Bud, but Bud just countered him all fucking night long, sent them to sleep experts. I believe they ended up stopping that fight. So Bud has fought pressure fighters before, y'all, which is why I feel like he wouldn't have a problem with Shawn Porter. I'm predicting a stoppage. I am, because we all know Shawn Porter is wild. He's reckless. He likes to lunge forward. He likes to wind up his punches. You can see his punches coming from a mile away. And whenever he got caught in that 11th round against Earl Spence Jr., I had him winning that fight, but he fucked up because he lacks discipline. He lacks discipline. And shout out to Crazy Bro. Let me put this on the screen. He said, I do. Manny Pacquiao is going after money. Porter versus Crawford is a better fight. Absolutely, it's a better fight. I believe so, because I said it before and I'll say it again. How much credit will a Terence Crawford get for beating a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao? I wait. I mean, he's not going to get that much credit for me. Yeah, he's going to get pub. It may cross him over to that superstar stardom. But as far as, being a credible win on his resume, yeah, it's a name. It's a name, but there's going to be an asterisk behind it. And that's just keeping it real. That's keeping it a buck, crazy. So I totally agree. No, ain't nobody trying to see you beat up on an old man. I'm not. And I got respect for Manny Pacquiao. But one thing I don't like about Manny Pacquiao right now is the fact that he keeps clout chasing. He keeps saying Errol Spence is too slow, but he won't get in the ring and fight him. He keeps saying, oh, I want $40 million to face Terence Crawford, but he won't fight him. Now, all of a sudden, he want to fight Mikey Garcia, who has done absolutely nothing in the welterweight division. Nothing. Manny Pacquiao will wash Mikey Garcia. He gonna wash him. And we all know Mikey Garcia, man, that man is out for them paydays. He's out to cash out. Mikey Garcia ain't trying to win no belts at the welterweight division. Mikey Garcia is just trying to get some money. He's just trying to get some money, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. But let's be honest, a lot of these dudes who is willing to face Manny Pacquiao are just trying to get a bag, because Manny Pacquiao is the biggest draw in the sport of boxing. He's the biggest draw. It's him, Canelo, AJ. You understand what I'm saying? And those are my top three as far as the biggest draws in boxing. And of course, Floyd Mayweather, if he ever decides to come back, is number one. Sip of this water, y'all. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, man, I'm a truth teller. I'm gonna keep it a bug, man. But I just wanted to come online today and pop my shit with y'all. We're hearing rumblings of the AJ versus Tyson Fury fight being signed, sealed, and delivered. Now they just got like 28 more days to get a site fee and a venue and all that type of shit worked out. And I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm not very excited for that fight, even though it's an undisputed fight. I've just never been big on AJ. I mean, I see Fury boxing circles around that dude. I think he's too buff to box. I mean, I just think he's too buff to box. Who is this dude in the chat? Let's see what he said. The owner of a Holly shout out. He's really started. Okay, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. Man, we talking about boxing on this channel, bro. I ain't talking about real estate. I ain't talking about a motherfucking McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? We are talking about boxing. And shout out to Gerald. He just said, yep, Mikey get that money because this will be his last fight. Absolutely, man. Mikey Garcia trying to cash out, bro. He trying to cash out. Mikey Garcia ain't trying to win. Mikey Garcia showed me all I needed to see with that performance against Earl Spence, because he didn't sell out. He didn't try to take any chances. He was just comfortable with, oh, okay, I can't get past this jab. Then fuck it, I'm just going to ride this fight out. This is basically just an expensive sparring match. And that's all it was. Spence beat the hell out of him as far as from a technical standpoint. But yeah, I don't think the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight is going to happen yet, because, man, we've seen this before. I thought the Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao fight was going to happen, and then it got canceled. We see that this fight has been in the works for 2 years now? 2 fucking years now? And then you still got to factor in the whole Deontay Wilder situation, because we don't know how that arbitration went. I mean, did he win? And if so, is he getting money, or will he be able to fight Tyson Fury in that trilogy? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, even though I feel like Tyson Fury is going to kick Deontay Wilder ass yet again, I want to see it, because the build up to that fight, oh my God, I feel like if the trilogy gets made, y'all, I might be going out on a limb here. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But if the trilogy is in effect with between Tyson Fury and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, right? I feel like that is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. It even trumps and surpassed Errol Spence and Terence Crawford because of what? The bad blood, the accusations of Tyson Fury cheating, the Mark Breland and the whole Watergate situation. I mean, I can't prove none of that shit. I'm just saying the storyline is beautiful. And I can only imagine what Tyson Fury is going to be saying in those pressers, yet let alone Deontay Wilder. You understand what I'm saying? So I think the buildup for that fight would be crazy. I feel like we honestly can't even move forward with the undisputed at heavyweight until that trilogy happens. And I'm not being biased, y'all. I'm just being honest. I feel like it's so much unfinished business between Fury and Deontay Wilder that fight has to happen before either one of them can see AJ. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all let me know in the chat, in the comment section if I'm tripping though. Let me see what shout out to Davy John in the chat. Let me put you up on the screen, bro. He said, I'ma always ask, where was all this energy when you had the WBC belt? Who you talking about, bro? Be more specific. What box are you talking about? Bud, or are you talking about Shawn Porter? I believe you're talking about Shawn Porter, if I'm not mistaken, because Bud was calling out Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence when they all had titles, but none of them trying to see them, in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, drop another comment below and clarify what you mean by that. Shout out to Drew. He said that's a huge fight. Absolutely, that's a huge fight, bro. I want to see it. I want to see Wilder versus Fury. Then I could be more excited about who can possibly become undisputed in the heavyweight division. And then Euro Thomas said, I'm talking about boxing. Stop the narrative that Ugas is ridiculous for asking for 50-50. He's in a power position because of what he holds. Ugas can move on to other options. Okay, I hear you. He can definitely move on to other options, but will he be able to unify? Will he be able to unify? He can't unify without Errol Spence or Terence Bud Crawford. Last time I checked. Can't unify without them dudes, bro. So yeah, he can go fight anybody. He can try to hold on to that WBA strap as long as he can. You understand what I'm saying? But how much credibility is he going to get? Because again, he only got the title because Manny had to vacate it because he was a champion in recess. He was inactive trying to get those fucking exhibitions with Conor McGregor and little old Ryan Kardashian. Oops, I meant Garcia. So you make a hell of a point. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. But do I think he deserves 50-50? Absolutely not. But who am I to tell a man what to ask for? You understand what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying, Euro. But shout out to you. Crazy Bro says Spence and Ugas is happening, brother. I hope so. I hope so. The sooner that fight happens, the sooner we can see if Errol Spence is serious about making that fight with Terence Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. I hope that fight is up next. 50-50 is just the start of negotiations. But this is my thing, y'all. And y'all know how I feel about the numbers and all that. Why do people negotiate in public? You understand what I'm saying? Why can't y'all get on a Zoom call or come to some sort of secret private location at a hotel or pull up on one another and say, hey, how can we make this fight happen? Because when you put this out in the press for us YouTubers and the social media blogs and everybody to get a hold of it, I just feel like it further delays the fight from happening. That's just my personal opinion, crazy. And then he said, exactly, he got to fight Spencer Crawford. Yeah, I mean, he can do whatever the hell he want to do. He can go fight a tomato can for all I care. But last time I checked, if he wants to become undisputed or unified, because I haven't heard anything coming from your Dennis Ugas as far as that aspect. I've heard that from Terence Bud Crawford. I've heard that from Errol Spence, but I don't know what, Ugas' goal is in the sport of boxing. I don't know. Y'all drop a comment and let me know. And then Gerald Fields said, Ugas can always fight Bud, but we know that's not going to happen. Why you think that's not going to happen? I mean, I did hear Bob Arum say that they not looking to fight Ugas because he doesn't bring in enough money. That's what Bob Arum said on Barbershop Conversations. Shout out to Fred. Yeah, man, I kind of like going live, man. Y'all let me know if y'all want your boy E Thriller to start going live a lot more, man. I try to do this shit in the morning or sometime when I get off of work at nighttime, probably like around 9 o'clock or something. Y'all just let me know, because I usually be at the gym working out and shit, but I said, fuck it, I got to come online and pop my shit with my subs and my supporters. And once again, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat rocking with me right now. Caps and Full G, word to super chat, good live. Oh man, I ain't big enough yet for that, bro. But appreciate it, bro. I ain't big enough for that yet. I think I'm at about 400 and some subs. I believe I got to get up to 1,000 to get up to the super chat, bro. But I appreciate you for rocking with me. Let me see. Carlos Williams said, Ugas' goal is to get paid. He knows he's not up there with talent like Spence and Crawford. I mean, Carlos, shout out to you in the chat, first of all. Ugas, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that he beat Crawford in the amateurs. If I'm not mistaken, he beat Bud in the amateurs. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong or not, but drop a comment below. But yeah, Carlos, so I wouldn't necessarily say that he's just out of his element in the ring with them, bro. I don't know about that one. I think Ugas, hell, an argument could be made that Ugas watched Shawn Porter. I feel like he shouldn't have even lost. He should have had that WBC strap, and he should have faced Spence when Porter faced Spence. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion. And if y'all haven't done so, go back and watch that fight. Shout out to Frenchie Capone 313 in the chat. He said, love your channel, bro. You stay keeping it real. Appreciate that, bro. That goes a long way for me. I try to be as real as possible, man. Whether I got 2 people in here listening to me or 1,000 people, I'm going to be me at the end of the day. And I'm going to do my absolute best to bring my unbiased analysis on these fights, whether I'm talking about boxing or football, basketball. I can talk about everything, but it sounds like y'all like for me to pop my shit when I talk about boxing. So I'm just more so focused on that right now. But I appreciate the love, bro. Let's see. Crazy bro said in the chat, Ugas beat Crawford in the amateurs, but that was the amateurs. Yep. I figured that, bro. I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah, I heard that as well. He beat him in the amateurs. Yep. Gerald Field, shout out to you still in the chat. He said because he's scared of Bud and he didn't mention him. And he has not mentioned Bud Crawford. You right, Gerald. I mean, what's the holdup? What is the holdup with Ugas? I mean, like I said earlier in the show, man, these dudes just need to join a sorority, man, because they all cap. And did y'all see whenever he was elevated to the WBA champion, how fast Earl Spence went on the Twitter and said, you got something, all you needed was something I wanted. It's strap season. Handshaking emoji. You see what I'm saying? Like he can do that with Ugas, but can't do that with Bud. But I digress, man. I'm just so sick and tired of talking about why these fights not happening, because I would much rather be talking about what I think is going to happen when the fight gets made. All right. Shout out to Carlos. He said that's correct, but this is the pros. You're absolutely right. And I'm picking Bud to win that fight if and when that does happen. Gerald Fields said Danny beat him. Yep, Danny Garcia beat Bud, and I don't know how. How? Because y'all, I've never been high on Danny Garcia because what has he done in the welterweight division? What has he done? I feel like Danny Garcia is super slow. He's a one-trick pony. He only has that one left fucking hook. How in the hell did Danny Garcia beat Terence Bud Crawford? I just want to know. Does anybody have a link to the amateur bout? Because I want to watch it. Because I don't believe it. I'm not saying that you're lying, but I just don't believe it. And crazy, bro. Yeah, man. I just don't see it. I don't see how Danny can beat either one of those dudes, especially after that clinic that Earl Spence put on. But back to the Tyson Fury and let me see, Euro Thomas. He said, yeah. Crazy bro said, yeah, but Danny beat Bud once in the amateurs and Bud won 2 times. I think, okay. I think I heard this story too. But I still don't see how Danny can beat Bud. I just don't. Euro Thomas said Danny and Crawford had split wins in the amateurs. Yep, that's what everybody's saying in the chat. I appreciate your knowledge, bro. I really do. Yeah, man. I've been on live for about 33 minutes now. Y'all let me know, man. Drop a comment below in the super chat and let me know if y'all want your boy E Thriller to start going live more, man. If y'all want me to start going live, start popping my shit on certain days, y'all let me know and I'll do it for y'all. Gerald bro said crazy. He said crazy, bro. Yeah, he did that. That was crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. I'm going to say Bud got robbed. There's no fucking way Danny Garcia beat Terence Bud Crawford. But then again, dudes do evolve from the amateurs to the pros. So maybe Bud wasn't the Bud that we see today. Crazy, bro. So okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna start coming on live, man, because I know I give y'all the little videos. I like to, you know what I'm saying, do the production and that type of shit. But I kind of like going live a little bit better. You know, it's a lot more interaction. We can just bounce ideas and topics off each other head. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Yeah, but Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, I feel like that fight has to happen again. Of course, I think Tyson Fury is going to kick his ass, but Deontay Wilder, you let this man lick blood off your neck. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what you got to do, but you got to get your get back. You got to get in there and try to land that big right hand or something. You cannot go out like that. And if you fight him and you lose again, fuck it, retire. You got plenty of money. You ain't got nothing else to prove. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know how Deontay Wilder made it this far, because when Mark Breland said that this man don't even like hitting a speed bag, he don't jump rope, I'm like, how in the fuck are you going to be a boxer and not jump rope? That's like being a basketball player and not shooting free throws in practice. You understand what I'm saying? Or not wearing tennis shoes. I just thought the shit came with the sport. I thought that came with the sport. Jump roping, speed bagging, hitting the heavy bag, sparring. I thought all that came with the sport. So for Deontay Wilder to last as long as he did, with knocking so many people out with that one-trick pony punch, I mean, we got to give this guy a little bit of credit, even though he can't box that well. He doing something. Man is God gifted. He's just God gifted with power. What else can I say? So I got to roll, bro. It's a crazy, bro. Shout out to Crazy. I got to roll to work, brother. Take care. I'll tune in next time. Already, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on up out of here with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me as well. I got to get ready to give me a workout in before I clock in. You know what I'm saying? But I might go live later on tonight, depending on what news break. Hopefully, we get some further details about Errol Spence and who he's going to fight next. Terence Crawford, the AJ and Fury shit, Deontay Wilder, Teofimo Lopez and shit like that. But once again, I want to thank everybody for rocking with me on this live. Be blessed. I'll holla.